Hello. Yvette Sojourner here. Welcome. Listen, if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. How is all this goodness going to be spread across the YouTubeverse and the interweb? This is a place and a space where luxury meets authenticity. It has finally arrived. Remember in my Hermes unboxing a while back when I unboxed that beautiful Constance 18 in goat or chev leather? Yes, that's unboxing the mini Constance in black. Listen to me. If you have not seen that, you need to go ahead, hop over there and see that, but wait until after you see what I have in store for you today in today's unboxing. So today, the items that I had delivered from Hermes has arrived, and it is time to crack these boxes open. I mean, I haven't even opened them up, waiting to hit record to share with you. Listen to me. I am not joking. I am so serious right now. I am so serious. Let's recap real quick. I went down to my local Hermes. Hub surprised me. It was a birthday gift, and my essay and Hubs had collaborated and got me a Constance 18 in black chev leather, which is goat leather. It is beautiful, and it just the most wonderful piece. I have to say I was skeptical and afraid because I had tried a Constance 18 or a mini Constance in Paris when we were in France, and it did not work out. It was an ostrich, it was black, it had palladium hardware, it was beautiful, but my phone didn't fit. My phone didn't fit in there, so I had to turn that one down. The rule is if my phone doesn't fit, it's a no for me. So when I saw this one, I was like, this isn't gonna work. I've been there, done that. But I was surprised to discover my phone actually fit. On that trip, I ended up accepting that Constance, the mini Constance, black palladium hardware, beautiful. And I also picked up a couple of tea mugs that are just absolutely fabulous as well, along with the mini Constance belt kit, which is basically the buckle and the strap in a size 24. So while we were at the boutique, I was able to purchase those items, but I was also able to purchase some other items I had to wait to get because they were not in the boutique. They had to be ordered. This is what we were unboxing today. Before we get to that, I have to say, while we're at Hermes, I tried on several things. I did mention it in the previous unboxing, but I'm going to show you today the items that I tried on. So I tried on these leather sandals. I did like them a lot. My essay thought that they would be spectacular on me. The thing is, they were a higher heel. They were a block heel, so they would be sturdy enough for Yvette Sojourner. Listen, I've already mentioned I do not do stilettos. These would have worked if the heel was slightly lower. I was not comfortable in the heel, and also I'm not one to show my toes. I just am not. I'm not saying anything else. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So the ones that I tried on are similar to these, which I'm gonna show you what was available online, but they had a lizard strap that went around the toe. So it was very nice. I mean, that leather with the black, oh my God, amazing. It just, the height wasn't for me. So I had to say no, I passed on those. The height of those was a 3.5. So it was a no. I had to pass on those. Maybe in the future, I will snatch up a pair of those, but right now, no. So the next item that she has set aside for me was a pair of ankle boots. You know I have been in hot pursuit of a pair of, let me say this, let me get closer. You know I've been in hot pursuit of a pair of ankle boots, black ankle boots, simplistic, just yes. I have scoured the Hermes boutiques While I was in Paris, I have scoured the internet looking for these ankle boots. There is another pair. I believe they're called the Frenchy boots. They're ankle boots. They are amazing. They look amazing, but I don't believe that they are making those any longer. They did not have them in my size. I don't even think that they're online anymore. But I wanted something similar to those with the almond shaped toe, if you get what I'm saying. I know on the Hermes website they have some that have a square toe and a kind of rounded square toe. I was not interested in that. But there is one specific pair that did have that almond shaped toe. I have to shout out one of my subbies who reached out and shared with me that she was picking these up a while ago and was talking about them. So I went ahead and looked them up, and that is what I ended up with. So the next item that I tried on is an item that I picked up. So let's go ahead and unbox this. I have my little box opener and the box is here. Listen, I mean business. And here it is. Okay, let's get this out of the way. That's paper. Here is one of the items that I ended up picking up. I tried this on in a violet tone and I was not feeling that color, but I have seen this online, so I knew it would work for me, and I got it for a very specific reason. I'm crossing my fingers that it works out for the reason I got it. I can say with confidence this is going to be a fabulous addition to my wardrobe regardless. And here it is. Listen, I thought that this was something else, but we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna keep going. Look at that. This is the asymmetrical dress, and the reason it's called that is it has this strap here on the side that can be unbuttoned and removed, which is fabulous. Let me toss this on so that you can see what it looks like. For reference, I'm 5'3", so it hits right below my knees. And this is a size 36, so that we're clear. I know people are gonna be interested. Yes, this is a size 36. This fits very nicely. Here I have the shoulder down, so it has that asymmetrical look. But if I wanna wear it regularly, I'll just tuck this away or potentially just remove it, see? And then, there we have it. I'm gonna leave this on. So yeah, it's just more convenient this way. Now, the reason I wanted to add this is, first off, I needed a sweater dress and I thought this would be a fabulous opportunity. In my past video, I talk about an advert or advertisement I saw from Hermes with the model wearing a sweater dress with buttons. I'm still waiting to see and cross my fingers that that is released, because when she was wearing it, she had on, yes, she had on a collar. And if you recall in one of my previous unboxings, I did unbox this with the bodysuit that goes with it, and I am in love with this. And when I saw this dress, I was like, maybe it'll work. Let's see if this works. It is not bad at all. It is not bad. So I have some skin showing. Let's see if I can finagle it a little bit. Let's see. Oh, you see that? Oh my goodness, it works. I'm looking up because I'm looking at my monitor so that you know that that's what I'm doing as I fix this and talk to you. I'm trying to do a number of things at one time. So yes, oh my gosh, that works very, very nicely. So I am definitely going to be pairing these two together on a regular basis. Let me show you. Right? What do you think? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. I need to know all the thoughts that you're having right now. This is a whole vibe, isn't it? This is a whole vibe. Oh my goodness, this looks lovely. I'm excited about this because I love it when I can find pieces that actually work with what I already have. Oh my goodness, this right here is everything. This is everything. Let me look up again. Yeah, I'm really feeling this. I'm really feeling this. Oh my goodness, it worked out beautifully. I am so excited about this. When we were at the boutique, I was not sure if it would work because they did not have a collar there, or at least I didn't think to ask about it. So I am happy it is working. As far as the color, there's a slight difference. It's not that much that it'd be incredibly noticeable. So you know how I feel about colors and things working well together and matching. I'm just that person. So yes, I am excited about this. I'm happy I got a piece that works with it, because then I get multiple uses out of this collar outside of just wearing it with the bodysuit, or actually just wearing it on its own. But now I can pair it with this dress. Yes, I am happy about this. The size 36 works wonderfully. It fits fabulously. It is interesting because while we were at the boutique, I was telling Hubs how I was going to stick with one certain size and basically size up when it came to different pieces, meaning dresses, because it just looks more flattering. But when I tried this on in a 36, I was like, I'm going with the 36. It worked fabulously. But the purple or the violet tone dress was beautiful. It was beautiful. It's just, it would be more of a challenge for me to weave into my aesthetic as far as trying to get real wear out of it, like wearing it on a regular basis. That would not be the case with that specific color. So I went with something I knew I would be able to wear more frequently. Let's move on. Caps. Now you all know I am not the best at this. I'm like, how does this open? Okay, here we go. Don't need the paper. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. Look how beautiful these are. If I am not mistaken, these are called the Saint Germaine. And I have to say, these are the boots that have that almond toe. So let me show you. These are the boots that have that almond shaped toe I was talking about. Now, the heel, I will get to that. But for now, one of my subbies had picked these up and was just talking about it, and I was like, let me just put it on my list in place of the Frenchie, just in case I cannot find a Frenchie. I was not able to. These were available. Hubs actually saw these a couple times as well when he was traveling for business. He was going to pick them up, but he also was concerned with the heel because he knows I am a stickler when it comes to the heel and so on and so forth. So when I discovered they had these available, I asked my essay to nab them for me and put them aside. She did. In the boutique, I tried on a size 38 because typically I wear 38 in shoes now. Instead of wearing my usual 37.5 or 7.5, I wear 38, which is an 8. When I tried these on, I quickly realized that I wanted to have a little more give. I know that leather will stretch with with time and actually fit better, but I just wanted a little more space. I asked her if they had the size 39. They did. I tried those on. Those fit perfectly, but had a little too much room. So I went and I chatted with her about it. Do I just get the 38 and allow them to stretch, or do I get the 39 with a little more room? And she said, why not just get 38 and a half? And that is what we did. So these are a size 38 and a half. That is the size that I settled for because it just made sense. I cannot wait to wear these. I am just gonna say it. The heel is thick enough that I do not have to worry about my clumsy self. Yes, your Vesser joiner is clumsy. This is what I talk about when I say your Vesser joiner proof. I know I have a lot of things that I need to be mindful of. I am not the best at walking in heels to begin with, so I gotta get as much support as I can. I'm just being honest with you. Ultimately, these were the first boots that I was interested in. The heel is what concerned me. So I wanted to go with something either with a kitten heel or at least 2 inches as far as the heel height. And I searched, was not successful. So of course, with time, I ended up simply picking these up. I knew, even though it was in a size 38, I knew as soon as I put these on my feet, it was going to work. And I was so excited about that. And I think trying these on and then trying on the sandals kind of ruined it, because once I tried these on, I was like, I don't care about the sandals. I don't care about sandals, because these were on my list. So I go with what's on my list, right? You know I'm a list person. You know I'm a list person. If you haven't watched that video, you should definitely check it out. But make sure you do it after you finish watching this one, because I still have something to unbox. In that video, when I'm talking about my wish list, it's actually called Shopping with Intention. That's what I labeled it as, something along those lines. So you know what to look for. After you finish this video, hop over and check that one out if you're curious as far as how I shop with intention. The height of these boots aren't really that bad. They are a 2.8. The sandals that I tried on, the height of those were actually a 3.5. So that is way over my limit. I max out at 3 inches. So 2.8 is really reasonable. So I am excited to add these to my wardrobe. In my last unboxing, and let me be clear, in my last Hermes unboxing, I mentioned that I was gonna have some items delivered and to keep an eye out because one of the deliveries was going to be a bag. And this is the last item we are going to unbox. Can you see that? Can you see that? It is huge. Oh my goodness, this box is humongous. All right. And here we are. Let's take this off the strap. As you can see, I'm not using anything sharp, just in case. Listen, I know myself. I know myself. To thine own self be true. I just know sharp things I should not deal with when it comes to something delicate. Here we go. And the last bit. You all cannot say I do not put in work for you. I put in work to unbox this. I put in work. I think I'm like sweaty because of it, but it's so worth it. Here we go. And so you can see this slides, these two straps slide out and you open the flap. Inside is simply one humongous pocket, which is lovely. It comes with a little pouch that's attached. So passports, things of that nature could potentially go in here. This little pouch actually reminds me of the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. Now that pouch, when I was carrying my Neverfull while traveling, I used all the time for my passports. It was amazing. It also has a lock as well that comes with it. I am going to put that away so it is safe. I do not put my locks on my bags. I just don't. I love the fact that this has two straps. It has the top handle and then it has a shoulder strap as well, which I just love, and it's thick. So let's see what else I can share with you. I'm going to close this because the shape is very loose. It is a canvas material, so it has a lot of give, which I need for what I will be using this for. And it has a pouch in the back that has ample space in it. Allow me to gather myself for a second. I put in work today. Let's talk about this bag for a minute. Let's talk about this bag. Why this bag? Why this bag? When we were in the boutique, I actually looked at two other bags like this, but they were different colors. One was the Hermes gold leather, but the canvas was a little lighter, and the other was, I think, a black and like a grayish tone in the canvas. This canvas is fabulous. Let me see if I can show you. I love the durability of it. I love the fact that I can be confident while carrying this because I feel it would be easy to care for. To the question at hand. First off, this is called the Herbag Zip. I believe that's what it's called. I'm gonna put the name below. You know how it goes. Why this bag? I got this bag to travel with. I'm just gonna be honest. I got this bag to travel with. Typically, when I'm traveling, if you watch my pack with me's and my other travel videos that I've done leading up to my trip, I usually carry my Louis Vuitton when I am traveling. I have done that for a long time. I love this bag. I can fit so much into it. I have no issues on a plane, especially now we fly business class. There is no issue with getting this onto the plane. And this is normally my personal item. It is not my carry-on, it is my personal item. And I put all my goodies in there from the bags that I travel with, be it my Kelly, my Birkin, so on and so forth, as well as my computer, which is normally just my iPad and my tech pieces. I put everything in there. Let me say, I'm trying to figure out how to say this or tell this story. So normally we fly into Paris, into Charles de Gaulle. So CDG, the main Paris airport. And when we get there, when we leave, this is the airport we use. Well, normally I just don't pay attention. I pack this bag so that if someone gets close or tries to do anything, they cannot get in. So normally what I do is I put layers over the top if it's not zipped to make it difficult for people to get into it. Now, on our last trip, we had the usual activity, people getting close and so on and so forth. But we got into the elevator, and while we were in the elevator, there were a couple of flight attendants standing at the door. We were at the back. Hubs was kind of at an angle, but he was standing next to me. I was at the back, and what I did was I keep my personal item on top of my carry-on, and I rolled it behind me so that no one can get inside of it. Well, there were a group of young women who came onto the elevator just out of nowhere. And I knew something was up because first off, they didn't have anything to travel with. Secondly, they were really trying to hone in towards like Hub's direction. And so I just was like, what is happening? Well, the two flight attendants started to say something. They were speaking in French. And it got to a point where, listen, when Hubs and I are in the airport, we are pretty zoned out, meaning zoning in on what we need to do and where we need to be and what is happening with us, that sometimes we're zoned out to everything else. So I asked Hubs, like, what are they saying? And Hubs was like, oh, they're saying that these young women here, this group, this crowd, is trying to rob us. Listen. It's real. I'm not saying that this hasn't happened before. I feel that it is something that is pretty regular, especially at the bigger airports, especially in Paris, because they can just get in and come in and roam around. I mean, before the checkpoints. So, you know, it is what it is. Since we began frequenting France, well, since I began frequenting France with Hub, accompanying him to France, I have always been very mindful of this, but I have gotten to a point where I have just let go of just being paranoid and fearful. So what I do is I just really prepare. I prepare myself. So in that instance, I just responded to them. I thanked them very much, but I told them, I was like, if they could get in this bag, I would be amazed, because I swear to you, I am very strategic when it comes to how I pack my things. I just am. I feel that you just have to be safe. Even before I got to this point where I'm carrying all these different designers, I was that way. Listen, be careful regardless of what country you're in, how you're traveling, just be careful and be mindful. That's all I will say there. So after that incident, Hubs and I talked about it, and we were just like, okay, still, you know, it doesn't really matter. But I opted to get a different travel bag, and Hubs is going to get one as well, just simply for a peace of mind. And that is where this bag comes in. I saw this, and it was another one. I will insert an image of the other one I was interested in as well. But when I saw this in person, looked at it, I was just like, okay. And I compared the measurements. You know me. You know I am going to make sure these things are going to work for me. So I took the measurements of the Louis Vuitton duffel and sought out something that was very close to that. And this checked all the boxes. It is an amazing bag. I will report back once I travel with it a couple times to let you know how it worked out. I feel that this is going to be a great bag, especially when I am out and about in the world. Even for our road trips, I feel this is a good weekender bag for sure. The only thing I'm wondering is if I had to put this underneath the seat, how that would work. I have not thought about that as yet, but I think it should be fine. I mean, I have done the same with the duffel over and over again, which I will show you. This bag has traveled with me so many places. I mean, when I'm in France and I am not carrying my luggage, meaning my suitcase, my carry-on, I take that, and it is amazing. I feel this will be the exact same, but I will let you know in the future when it happens. But this is the larger size. This bag comes in a couple different sizes, if I'm not mistaken. This is the largest size you can get, and I felt it would be amazing. Hubs is gonna get one. I cannot wait. I love the fact that he gets it. He gets me, but he also gets it himself. I'm just saying, it's the truth. I have to be honest, I really did believe that the world is so saturated with Louis Vuitton that people just didn't care. But let me tell you, no, people care. People pay attention. So it's not worth the stress of having to worry about that while you're traveling. So my advice would be, yeah, if you can, get something more discreet. But even with something discreet, I feel there's always going to be a risk. So be mindful, be vigilant. That's all I can really say that is going to be of any use, because that's what I try to do, even when I'm traveling solo or when I'm with Hubs. We both try to be vigilant. This bag has a metallic finish and it is palladium plated, if you could see that. I believe these are stickers on here. I will have to remove them. I'm not going to do that right now. The dimensions of this bag is the length is 19.7, the height is 13.4, and the depth is 8.9. This is in centimeters. So that is the dimensions of this particular bag, if you're interested. Something interesting happened while we were in the boutique. When we purchased this, we made the purchase there, even though it was going to be delivered to us later. And that was, we had already accepted the Constance, the mini Constance 18. And I was planning on getting me a bag, this bag, and Hubs a bag like this as well. So that would have been 3 bags, the Constance and then 2 of these. That did not work. My essay explained to me that you can only get, and this is probably just for my boutique, you can only get 1 bag per account. Now, I don't know if that's per visit. I don't know if that's every so many months. I don't know those details, but I will say Hubs is smart. Hubs was like, oh, so do you mean we can get the other one in 6 months? And my essay said, no, you don't have to wait 6 months. So I don't know all the details, but here we go with more of Hermes's evolution. I swear to you, every time I feel that I understand what Hermes is doing and what they're about, they surprise me. And it's like, no, they switch it up. And it's like, no, you don't know me. You don't know me. And they're right. I don't know at all. Because under the circumstance, I thought, because this is not a quota bag. So that means it doesn't matter if it's quota bag or a non-quota bag. I can only get 2 bags, and that's with Hubs present. Now, we didn't talk about how many bags in a year. We didn't talk about solely quota bags. We didn't talk about solely non-quota bags. But in this instance, that is what we were told. So we will have to wait to get Hubs bag, which is perfectly fine. We don't have a trip scheduled as yet. We're planning and plotting, but it hasn't been scheduled as yet. But I do want to make you aware of that and share that with you. I don't know. Every boutique is different. Every country is different. When it comes to Hermes, everything is different everywhere. So take what you may from that. I just don't know. I do not know. I thought for sure we would be able to get the Constance and 2 non-quota bags. That was not the case. She was like, no. No, you cannot do that. So we respected that. We didn't argue. We didn't fuss. We just said, okay, good. We'll make sure that we get that as soon as we are able. And what I did do is when we left to come back home, I did send my essay a message just reminding her that we are still very interested in purchasing Hubs one of these bags. And also, she should let us know as soon as we are able to do that. When that happens, I will definitely make sure I take some notes and share that with you as well. After taking a closer look at this bag, I wanted to share a couple things with you. The first being these pieces here on the end, one of them actually screws off. You could see that. I'm not going to do that, but I wanted to show you so that you can actually remove this top piece and replace it. I was amazed by that, and that is just simply from me playing around with the bag as I was looking at it, just trying to figure out the different components of the bag. For one, I also question, how do you lock the bag? Do you put the lock here on this hook in the back, which makes the most sense? I also noticed that there is a hole here on one of the straps in the front, and I'm wondering if you could put the lock there as well, because if you do and something were to happen, someone would be able to remove one of the straps but not both of the straps and would not be able to get into the bag. So that is another thing that I noticed just quickly looking over the bag. The last thing I noticed that I really do like the idea of, and as I mentioned earlier on, this definitely reminds me of the Neverfull because of this pouch. And let me share with you that you can remove, so there's a little loop here, right there on the inside. You can pull this piece off that loop and loop it here on the pouch. As so you just thread that through like that. You see that? And then you have a little pouch that you can tote around separate of the actual bag. And when you're done, you just thread this through again. You simply pull that through. It is really not as easy as I am showing you. It takes a little finagling to get it in and out. Then once again, you take this piece and thread it through the loop that is attached to the bag as such, and voila, it's back on there. Those are just a few of the things that I quickly noticed going over the bag and just glancing at it that I wanted to share. So I feel at this point this is definitely a keeper, something that I would love. I would not get this in a smaller size. I just don't see how that would benefit me, but this as a travel bag is going to be amazing. I will report back as soon as I utilize it. So that is it. I really do appreciate you joining me. I swear to you, today was work. Unboxing this bag was such work, but it's so worth it. So thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.